folks, it's Nancy, and I am here to say Evangeline is done. I will do a flip through later today, and but in the meantime, I thought, well, let's start on a new project. Let's finish off some old projects. So I gutted this book some time ago. It's called How to Paint and Draw. And it's in really good shape. 1961, I think. So here I go, trying to measure again. Very noisy day today. I believe this was 1 5/8. Yes, 1 5/8. Let me write that down. Very noisy. I'm not going to need to do a new spine, new curved spine. The spine is in excellent shape. And 8.5 for the height. So I do need to do the inside spine that the signatures will be sewn to. So perhaps it's thundering. Can you hear the thunder? I've got the window in here closed, but a lot of the other windows are open. Had a terrible night. I think maybe I slept from 2 to 5:30. It's, oh well. C'est la vie. So we said 1 5/8. And 8.5 inches long. It is much cooler, which is okay, fine with me. So we have 42 millimeters. So I think I'm going to go 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. No, that's not what I want to do. I just wanted to do 3 for the first one, Nancy. 1 2 3 2 4 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and 2 4 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 signatures. Okay, let's see if we can do this at the same way this way. Okay. 1 2 3 9 15 21 27 33 39. Looks pretty good to me. I don't know what's going on across the street, but this noise has been going on all day. They had a tree taken down last week or the week before, and now there's another truck out there And it looks like they're tilling up the yard. I don't know, but it's been going on for hours in the rain when I'm grumpy. I don't know if you saw Catherine's video this morning or not. Catherine at Sunnyside Journals. So we're getting all excited about our big meetup next week. And making plans. So one thing we decided we would do is we would have a Q&A session. So if you have any burning questions, and what's this? 6.5. So I'm going to go 1.5 inches apart. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Did I do that right? No. 1.5 inches, and then here I go. Brain surgery again. Yeah. So if you have any brain questions about Catherine or I, write them down below, and we're going to do a video together and answer the questions. So that's what we talked about doing yesterday. And Catherine says that she has the right to refuse to answer some questions. I don't know about that. We're open books. What do we, what do we have to hide? I think it's 1.25 I want to do. Okay, so here we're at 1.5. So I want 1.25. And then another 1.25. Yeah, so I think we're going to do sort of like a ride-along thrift trip. So you can see what kind of shenanigans we get up to. And we'll do a Q&A. So that gives us a couple of videos anyway. There we go. Okay. I'll cut this off. So my intention for this, again, stealing a little bit of an idea from Catherine, is to do a lot of sketching paper, watercolor paper, and probably a few pages from the original book. Here's a nice cotton I can use. Lots of excitement in July for Nancy, because I'm also getting anxious about my trip to Nova Scotia. My mother has bailed, even though I tried my best to manipulate her with guilt. Didn't work. She's completely impervious to my guilt trips. I learned from the best. What can I say? Here, don't need all those strings hanging. So I want 1 3/4. I measure because I just want things centered. I'm kind of concerned. I know Dan, her husband, has plans to keep busy while we're making things crazy out there in the thrift stores. But there's a lot of thrift stores that I like to go to, and I don't want her to miss any of them. It could be another day of full-on thrifting. I mean, and Catherine, don't you be worried about your wild, long, thick hair looking a little bushy in the video, because mine is extra long, extra heavy, and extra gray rooted because I can't get in either. Actually, I had an appointment for yesterday, and then because our region remains a hot zone, I was not able to, they canceled my appointment. Salons aren't reopened. So, no word of when salons might open. We're encouraged not to leave our region to access services in other regions where they are doing particularly well. So I'm following the rules, but I really hope it'll be maybe the 21st of July, maybe. And maybe my stylist will get me in before I go on my trip to Nova Scotia. But I'm not betting the farm. So I've got 7 signatures. So I'm thinking 3 of them will be watercolor paper. And watercolor paper is thick, so I'm going to want 4 folios for a total of 16 pages in the odd numbered even numbered. So I'll need 12 watercolor, and then the other ones I will do sketch paper. So that'll be 4 signatures. I'll do 4 folios of sketch paper plus book page, I guess. Okay, I can do that. So I do have some old vintage watercolor paper here. I'm not sure how well it's going to fold, so let's give it a shot. I might need to reinforce it. Ooh, we might be only doing 3. It is really thick. We might only be doing 3 per signature. Super noisy over here. But it is folding, so that's good news. I thought maybe it would just snap, 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 snap. But it's doing good. Doing good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I could do an onion skin between pages, just for little sketches. And then these will also have to be cut down. Because they are to be 8.5 inches tall. I think that's all I need out of there. So I want to do 16 of these. This is sketchbook paper. So what have you got on your desk today? I know this one's kind of boring. Just folding paper. Listening to the thunder. My sister did a blog about art journaling yesterday. She's an art journalist. She likes to get into the paint and stuff and get messy. I'll try to remember to put a link to her blog post down below. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have another book that I want to do as well before too long. It's a vintage book, and the Wall Street Girl or something. I don't know, but it looks like the heroine is a typist or a secretary or a stenographer or something. And of course, this is, turn of the last century. So that's as high up as one of her sex could expect to get in the Wall Street world. So I thought that would be really good for using some vintage office ephemera and ledgers and stationery, office stationery. So I think that'll be my next one once I get this one done. I also found it downstairs in the basement. I'm still trying to marry the two rooms together. Actually, Doug came in last night. He says, "Wow," he's quite impressed with how much I've done here getting things tidied up. And I have been ruthless. Like this book. I was either going to use it or lose it. It has been sitting there a long time, and I picked it out because I liked the color of the cover color and the title so much. The picture on the front of the cover, not so much, but it's not an embossed picture, so I could find a piece of art to cover that up. So I will look for something. I will look for something artsy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. to make it 8.5 inches tall. And that's going to be really good because it's just underneath those 2 holes. I'll also have to cut some of the width off, but I can hold off on that for a day or 2. So I might put these in the book press overnight first, to make sure they're nice and flat before I try to sew them in. And just like that, we've got those signatures trimmed. So I said I wanted to put some onion skin in there. One, two. Yeah, that's plenty. You're starting up that machine again. It's a lot of fun. If I was hoping to lay down for a nap again today, I don't think it's going to happen. It's just going to be one of those kinds of days. So I know this is kind of a boring video for me. There's been no blood. Just a lot of folding. But that's what's on my desk today. So I think I'll just finish up this last signature and we'll call it a day. I have to remember, I want to put a ribbon in this book too. That's something I always forget to do when I'm putting books together, is to put a ribbon bookmark inside the spine. I should write that on here. Remember bookmark. Remember ribbon. There. All right. I might be able to put 7 more in there. Because this isn't going to have like a whole bunch of fussy embellishments. Yeah, I think I'm going to put... well, I still have to put a book page for these ones. But I think I'll put some more watercolor paper in there. What do you think? That sound good? All right. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you got this far, remember, if you have a burning question that you want to ask me or Catherine from Sunnyside Journals, leave it down below in the comments and we will be answering those in real time. No holds barred. Next week when she's in my neighborhood. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.